As Jordan B. Peterson said, it's important to be a strong man. If you can become tough, success is the outcome.
100%. My biggest concern is that men are not manly these days. I will give you an example. 20 years or 30 years ago, in the 90s, there used to be car owner manual. And that owner manual, they used to write how to open a car throttle body. You know what the owner manual say these days?
Yeah.
Don't drink coolant fluid. How stupid have you become? Like we went from making a car, maintaining a car, to say, don't drink coolant fluid. Something in the middle, we did wrong.
Welcome to Against All Odds with Yasir Khan, and today I have a very special guest who is one of the most influential car expert in Dubai. Welcome, Mr. Car Expert.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to have you here actually because I love cars and I want to discuss so much about cars with you. Tell me about yourself. How did you start doing something like this?
I can say it's somewhat of a passion which you're born with. They call me the guy who was born in an ambulance because of the passion I share about cars. They say, you know, you're not a guy who was born in a hospital. You love cars so much that most probably you were a guy who was born into an ambulance. The thing is, it starts with a very young age. The problem is what we experience in our days and what people see these days is totally different. I will give you an example. When I was a kid, I used to see a car and it has a loud sound. I used to be amazed by that. I was like, wow, this sound, it's amazing. It used to give me goosebumps. And now what worries me the most is that the next generation, the moment they will see a car which has no sound whatsoever, how will they get fascinated by that car?
I agree.
Before we had looks, we had bulky cars, we had muscle cars, we had trucks, we had colorful cars, and now it comes in Nardo gray, it comes in black, it comes in blue, it comes in maximum white. We have very less color options as well. So back then, for a guy like me or for any guy whatsoever, a man holds a very strong belief when it comes to his wife, woman, car, ride, his lifestyle. So cars, they are actually a part of our lifestyle, and that's how I got into cars.
I think they represent the personality of a man.
100%. That's how it is. Like, if you are a bulky guy and you are driving into, let's suppose, a Nissan Juke,
Yeah.
does not suit you. Anyone will say this car must be his wife's car.
Yeah.
Or if you're a bulky guy and you're driving a Kia Picanto, they would say this is a rental car. But if you're a bulky guy, a guy like you who is, you know, walks in or walks out of the car and that car is a Hummer, people will know, okay, this guy, he hits the gym, he owns the car, and this car belongs to him. So cars are actually a representation of ourselves.
Yes, exactly. I think after your home, if you spend your time with your car.
I think you spend more time in the car as compared to your home.
Especially if you live in countries like UAE, cities like Dubai, where it's a developed country and you spend a lot of time on the road. Sometimes there's traffic, sometimes there's a long drive. So of course, your best friend is your car.
100%. And some people actually live in the cars. If you go to like America, they live in their cars. They don't have like homes. They cannot afford homes. So what they do, they just, have a car, make it into an RV or RC and just live in it.
And some of them are like really luxurious RVs.
They are. They're actually very expensive as well. You're a guy with money or you have a guy with passion. If you're a guy with passion, you can literally create it by your own self. You can make anything into a car, like just buy any shit box you like, remove everything and just put anything you like of your own choice. You can make it into your own living house as well.
That's the reason that why you're here, against all odds, because the people who actually follow their passion, I love to share my passion and their story on this podcast. And that's why you're here. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see someone who is doing everything against than just normal influencer, especially on social media and reviewing. And your social media page is like so powerful. The cars are not just like you're describing, okay, so it's V8, V6, and what's the horsepower and how this car is different than the other cars, but actually you're showing passion on your social media.
100%. See, I believe if someone wants to know how many horsepower this car is or what's the cylinder, he will just go to YouTube and write XYZ car review. Simple as that. You can just find it on Google, you can find it on YouTube. Why should someone watch my profile? Why should someone look at my page? It should be different. I talk about how the car gives you the feel. Do I feel manly? Do I feel like a 14-year-old girl? Do I feel like I'm the guy with the biggest muscles in the world? Or do I feel like a man at all? Am I driving the car? Is the car driving me? Is it fast? Is it quick? So a lot of people, when it comes to EVs, I'll give you an example of EV. They say EVs are fast. They're not fast. They're quick. There's a difference between being fast and being quick. Cars are fast. EVs are quick. Just because they're quick does not mean you should, drive them. A man has a feeling. Let's suppose you are into meals and as well.
Yeah.
Because you are into gym, and of course, gym, diet, plans, meals.
Yeah.
Just because a microwave oven, it's quick, does not mean you put a turkey in it.
Yeah.
You grill it.
Yeah.
You grill it. Same goes with the car as well. EVs, they're quick. They're not fast. Cars are fast. The fast starts after 100 kmph. 0 to 60, 0 to 100, even if it's going in 0.1 seconds, I don't care. After 100, that's when a man feels like a man. I need to feel like I'm driving on the fastest car ever created.
Yeah.
0 to 100 does not even feel fast these days. It was fast 10 years ago. Now it does not feel, because almost every car can go 0 to 100 like easily.
Easily. When did you start reviewing, and what was the idea behind that?
There was a problem which I saw where a lot of my friends, a lot of the people who I got connected with, they did not know the basics about cars. I will give an example. Long ago, let's suppose 20 years or 30 years ago, in the 90s, there used to be car owner manual, if you remember. And that owner manual, they used to write how to open a car throttle body. It was that much of a level. You know what the owner manual say these days?
Yeah.
Don't drink coolant fluid.
That's it.
How stupid have you become? Like, we went from making a car, maintaining a car, removing parts with your manly hand, becoming a man and doing your job by your own, becoming so stupid that they have to say, don't drink coolant fluid. Something in the middle, we did wrong.
Yeah.
So that's how, when I got to know that, a lot of my friends, they were like, okay, how can I change the cabin air filter? I'm like, you don't know how to change the cabin air filter? It's very easy. Just open the dashboard. And I used to make a video like, open the dashboard. That's the cover. Remove the lid. Put your hand inside. You will find the cabin air filter. You don't need to go to a mechanic or to a garage to do it by yourself. So back in the days, like in the 80s or 70s or the 90s, early 90s as well, people used to have a connection with their cars simply because they used to work on their cars by their own selves.
Yes, exactly. I've seen my dad fixing like his motorcycle.
And that was a connection. Like on Sundays or on Saturdays, on weekends, he would just go to his garage and he would be like, you know what, I will clean. Even though it's clean, it's top notch, still he will go and he will wax it, he will polish it, he will clean it by his own self.
I mean, in today's time, how many people do you see that they even touch or clean or even forget about outside? They don't even do inside. They don't look after their cars.
They don't, brother. That's the biggest problem. I have seen a lot of people who are going with dirty cars. And I ask them why you're not cleaning your car. No, it's a dusty country. Tomorrow again, it will be dusty.
Yeah.
You take a shit. Don't you clean your ass afterwards? Because tomorrow again, you will take a shit?
Exactly.
Does not make sense.
Just the basic sense the one needs to have.
You clean your car, you clean yourself. It is the visual, representation of yourself.
Yes.
I personally believe the cars are the biggest representation of a human. I will give you an example. Do you know where I live? You have no idea. Do you know how big of a house I have? You have no idea. But 80% of time, if we get along, you will definitely see what kind of a car I drive.
Definitely.
And you will definitely be amused by the car I drive. What if I walk in, or what if a guy like you, a successful, businessman on one of the biggest gyms in UAE, dealing with influencers, high-profile people, walks in a Duster.
Duster.
You're laughing.
Yes.
So you're laughing because
Exactly.
even your mind, a Duster is like me and Duster. I cannot even imagine. You cannot even imagine yourself in a Duster.
Yeah.
Even though it's a car, it's not bad that you're driving it. It takes you from place A to place B, but that's it.
Yeah.
It does not take you places.
Yes, exactly.
That's one of the reasons why, all these real estate people, they wear these fake Armani suits. They're all fake. We all know them. They're fake.
Yeah.
The Rolex is all fake.
Yeah.
Even though they earn a lot of money. But it's all fake. Why? They want to represent themselves. That we are successful people. Our time, it's very important. So 5 minutes, you will show you one thing and that's it. Same goes with car as well. If a guy walks in here with a Lamborghini, walks into your place with a Lamborghini, you will give him the highest respect, even though for you, you will say, no, I treat everyone the same. Believe me, brother.
It just shows the value of the time, right?
Simple as that.
It just shows that this person have invested so much money
He's a successful person.
in his car. So it shows that how much he values the time. Of course. And it's everywhere. It's not just here. I think it's everywhere. Even if you go to a hotel or any company, any business place, even a mall, you have like a different place. Just
100%. You go show up in a hotel in a Duster, no one will even tell you where is the parking.
Yeah.
You go and show up in a Lamborghini, they will say, sir, we will take care of it.
They will
open
find
the
it,
door and they will park it in front of the door. In front of the door. And the biggest misconception a lot of people have is that, buying these expensive cars, why should I buy expensive cars? I should buy an expensive house and I should buy... It's not just about buying an expensive car, expensive house. A house, you just live. A car, it gives you access to many things.
Yeah.
Like people who have Bugattis, I will give an example. People who spend millions or hundreds of millions of dirhams when it comes to Bugattis. They don't just buy the Bugatti to drive it. They buy the Bugatti to get access.
Exactly.
Just like a credit card gets you, some of the credit card like Platinum or American Express or XYZ, whatever credit cards, they give you access to all the VIP lounges in the airports. Same way, there are a lot of access which you get when you buy cars like this, because simply, who does not want to be a friend with a guy who owns a Bugatti?
That shows the status.
Status, because even you are the most richest guy, still you want to be friend with a guy who drives a Bugatti rather than be friends with a guy who drives a Duster.
Yeah, exactly. Since you said Bugatti and some of the supercars, there was a time when I was like in my young age, the cars used to be like, oh, I have this car since last 20 years or 30 years or 50 years, or this car is actually my dad's or grandfather. But in today's time, today's cars, I don't get to see that. That, okay, I have, let's say Bentley. I have Bentley since last 20 years. I don't get to see any of that. So what has changed in today's time? And people, even if it is like 100,000 dirhams, let's say 200, maximum is 200,000 dirhams, then you need to sell your car. You should not keep it because it's going to be very high maintenance. You have to spend a lot of money in order to keep it. But there was a time when people did not even have such money, but they still maintained those cars for years and years for the next generation, just to give it to their son and their kids.
It's all about connection, brother. Connection is, in a sense, back in the days, people used to be a one-woman man. They used to have one woman. From childhood, from their school age till college, till university, they would marry that woman.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you and I, we both know how many people in your friends and my friends, they are playboys.
Yeah.
Or they have become those.
Right.
They keep changing women more than their clothes.
Yeah.
They change clothes maybe once a week, but they change women twice a week. The way they have changed their woman, the same way they are having no feelings, because they have developed a thing called as I'm bored.
I'm bored. Yeah, exactly. That's very common in today's time,
bored.
right? I'm just bored.
I'm bored. Same goes with women. Same goes with their food. Like, I will give you an example. Even I myself, if I like a food, if let's suppose there is an amazing steak, you will be like, okay, let's go to a steakhouse, and we go to a steakhouse and we have this steak. I love this steak.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat this steak for the next 7 days, back to back. I love a song. I'm going to listen to it for 24 hours until I get bored. Once I'm bored, I'm like, you know what? I don't like this song. I hate this song. Same thing people are applying to cars, simply because they just drive a car and their main concern is, okay, it takes me from place A to place B, that's it. I just look cool with the car. And then they're like, you know what? Nah, this is not giving me the feel. I got bored. Now it's just another car. Simply because you're not investing your time in it.
Yeah.
Same way you used to invest time. People in the 90s or 60s or 80s, they were not bored of their woman because they used to invest their time, give love, care, efforts, every single thing with their woman. Same goes with the car as well. I think cars and women, somewhat they're alike, or cars are actually better than a woman in a way that they don't cheat. They never cheat. If you take care of them, if you give them love, if you give them care, they will never cheat. Yeah. When was the last time you heard someone like, man, I'm sad, what happened? No, my car cheated on me. With whom? With my cousin.
Yeah.
You never see that.
Work that way.
Never. But with women, unfortunately, it does happen.
It does.
It does happen. To answer your question about why people are changing, it's because they're getting bored. And they should not get bored once they will start investing their time. Like working on their car, giving projects, making some projects. Projects is, in a sense, you remove the exhaust, you do some modifications, you change the wheels, you do stuff. Nowadays, people are like, you know what? It's my car. It needs service. Let's take it to the garage. 5-10 minutes, they will just change the oil and filter, and they'll be like, okay, I'm good to go. What is the feel? What you're doing with the car? You're not doing anything. You're not using your car. You're abusing your car. There's a difference between using and abusing. So you should use it, not abuse it.
And I think today's time, people don't even know how to check the tire pressure or how to check even the fuel level of fuel properly, or engine oil, which is like some of the most basic things. When I sit with my dad and if I say like something is wrong in my car, he can, without knowing that these supercars or these imported cars, he has no idea, but he can just say like, I think something in this is wrong. And when I get it checked, like it is actually that detail. Just by the noise of the car, he can say like, yes, something in the plug, something in the carburetor or here and there, which is the experience, which I feel like in today's time, people have no idea that what's going on in the car. People
have become stupid, brother. I can make it as simple as that. They have become stupid. I got a call from this lady I sold the car to. 5 minutes later, she walks out of the dealership and, she goes to the fuel station. She gives me a call. Hi. I'm like, yeah, hi. Everything good? Yeah, I'm having a trouble. And I thought maybe the engine is blown, the transmission or something, some issue is there. So what's the trouble? I cannot find the switch to open the lid for the gas tank. I'm like, no, it's automatic. You just go there and just click it and it will automatically, oh, okay, thank you. And she cut the call. 1 minute later again, hi, I'm having another problem. What's the problem? Which fuel should I put in the car? I should put water.
That's the best one.
It's the best one. Simple as that. It will not have any dehydration. What do you mean, which fuel should I put? What do you mean? She's like, no, should I put petrol? I'm like, yes, you should. But which petrol? Whichever one you can afford.
Oh, wow.
Whichever one you can afford. Like, it's your car. Put the best petrol, put the cheapest petrol, put water for all I care.
Yeah.
The thing is, they don't know. And it's not that just they don't know. They're not entrusted to learn.
True.
Just like no one teaches you how to make babies.
Yeah.
You learn that.
basic.
It's basics. Everyone knows it. Like the first human being on the earth, he was not taught how to make babies.
Yeah.
Or after 10 generations, no one was taught how to make babies. But we all know how to make babies. Even though if you're a guy who has never seen a woman in his entire life, but you would still know how babies are made.
Yeah, it's natural. It's natural in you. It's your hormones. Automatically, your hormones and your brain will function in that way that automatically things will happen to you. This is one thing which I always teach my clients as well, that my ideology is very much aligned with the nature. So if anything which is natural, automatically you would know. So what happens in fitness also, the people have gone completely wrong in the different direction, the opposite direction. So people start believing more and more and started working for everything which is man-made and not the nature-made, which is a law of nature or the God-made, whatever you call it. The more you stay away from that, the more difficult life you have to face. And the more you are in the line of nature, the life is more simpler. And you are not like, okay, now I got bored. All these things happen. Now I need something else. Then I need something else. So you're just literally chasing that fake dopamine, like the short-term dopamine, which is things are making you happy just for the short term, and nothing is there for the long term, and nature is for the long term. So on this note, I would like to know that what are your, let's say, top 5 favorite cars?
See, for a guy like me or any car influencer or any car enthusiast, let me say any car enthusiast in the world, this is the toughest question anyone can ever ask.
I know, that's why I asked.
This is you can ask me what's your 10 most, the cars which you hate. I can give you a list.
Yeah.
But when you say what are the top 10 cars which you love, trust me, it is the hardest question anyone can ask, because it can never be 1, 2, 10. Like there are some cars which we cannot level. Like I cannot say, this car, I love it more than this car.
Yeah.
There are some cars which I feel like, you know what, this is a piece of art. I can give you a couple of names. Mercedes Gullwing, SLS Gullwing. That's my number one. You can say one of the top cars which I would drive or which I love the most. My most favorite cars. Shelby Cobra.
Shelby Cobra.
That's something which I feel like is a work of art. Ford GT, one of those. Pontiac. So there are a lot of cars, Still the mind, it will not be accepting because I need to shelf it down. If you ask me what's the car I hate the most, I can say Nissan Juke, PT Cruiser. I can give you literally a list. But when it comes to the car which I love the most, I think almost every car I have a feeling, I have a connection, except for Nissan Juke and Nissan Sunny. I hope I don't get sued for that.
I think it's just a preference, right? You review cars and that's your preference. I have preference for my fitness also. Like certain things I just don't like and I never approve.
I will tell you one thing. When you see a car, maybe to you it's a mode of transport. For me, that's either an animal. I literally see a face in the car. Nissan Juke looks to me like a frog. Think about it.
You won't believe that I see that as an animal as well.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There is Infiniti QX.
Yes.
QX, I think 56. It looks like a whale. Beetle. It looks like, it actually is Beetle. You know the Volkswagen Beetle?
Yes.
If you look at the older one, it actually is the bug Beetle. It's named after the bug Beetle.
Yes.
But it's not a car which you can hate because it's a Beetle representing a Beetle. It's cute, nice, okay. But not a car which you say, this is the luxurious car what we have made with all the options and it looks like a whale. I want to drive a car which looks like an elephant.
Yeah.
Not a whale. What will I do with whale?
It's very different, right?
It's very
different. Especially if you're driving these supercars and you will find so well designed and so sharp, right? Let's say Lamborghini, let's say Ferrari, how sharp these cars
100%, 100%.
are. And I think the money they are charging is for the design, how the design is, how attractive it is.
Especially the way their headlights are designed. It is the simplest representation of a girl's eyes.
Wow.
Just like you can get, a lot of people say, your eyes are beautiful. It's like ocean. I want to, swim in your ocean and drown in the ocean. Same goes with the cars, brother.
Yeah.
It's like a representation of something which is more precious. Because it's not just one designer, it's 10,000 designers. Now, why do cars? As Jordan Peterson, he had this amazing thing, which I saw one of his videos where he says that cars are made for the two eyes because three eyes would make it look like a monster. And that's actually true. Like if you would look at a car which has two eyes here and one eye is here, you'd be like, what is this? You know, all these super sporty or super luxury or super cars, why you have a connection, even though you have no idea what's the engine or what's the power, but you feel like, wow, because of the way they look. Sleek design. Like there's a difference between a woman who looks like this and the difference between a woman who looks like this. You and I and everyone in the world, they know that who you will choose.
Yeah.
So
The
anyone
difference.
would, 100%, anyone would go for more curves, more design, more sleekness, and more, precious to the naked eye.
We are living in one of the most advanced and the best cities. I call it the best cities in the world is Dubai. And Dubai, people love cars over here. You have so much to do over here, but I'm sure there are people who are car experts worldwide and they must be traveling from one place to another just to see that particular car. But I think, do you feel like you have so much opportunity over here in Dubai and, the car lovers over here, which actually your work and your knowledge is very well appreciated?
See, I will tell you about Dubai. Dubai, I call it a car mecca. It's a car paradise, as simple as that. Here, the police drives Lamborghinis, Bugattis, Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce.
Which is amazing, huh? This is beautiful.
I went to a country where I saw a police walking. They're walking, brother.
They don't even have cars.
They don't even have cars. We have the best cars in the world driven by our police.
Even if they have cars, not the best ones. There was a time, like I think a couple of years ago, that the government have given the car, which was not even launched. I think it was BMW. It was, I think, in Mission Impossible. I don't exactly remember which BMW was that, but it was in the movie. And then before it was launched, they gave it to the
Dubai police? 100%, brother.
Dubai
there are a
police.
lot of stories like that. This is a country where people love cars.
Yeah.
Now, there are a lot of other countries where people love cars, but there is different, levels.
So why do you think people love cars over here more than the other countries?
I don't say people love car here more than the other countries, but the love they share for car is different. Like every country has a different love of cars. I will give you an example. If you go to Cuba, the love of cars, they're different. It's all colorful, all classic cars. Yeah. You see in the movies, all, old, cars, and they look bulgy and baggy cars, and guys are having their cigar and they're just sitting and chilling. That's a different feel. Go to you go to Azerbaijan, go to Baku, you will see most of the cars, they are like Lada, Russian cars, shitbox cars. They're happy with the cars. In UAE, you will see a lot of cars like the Nissan Super Safari. Yeah. People love that car. It's like a part of the culture right now.
Culture, yeah.
Go to Tokyo. You will see all the JDM cars back down. They have more than 1,000 horsepower, 1,200 horsepower, 900 horsepower. They have put different kind of modifications. In UAE, a lot of people, they want to do some kind of modification as well, but they don't know how to modify these cars or how to get the approvals from RTA. They're scared. Like a guy who let's suppose he's a student, he just puts some money around, he buys a car of 15,000, puts 10,000 more, gets some loan from his friends and family members and tries to build this car just to go to the testing center and try to test the car, and then it's failed. He does not know what to do, how to do it, what's the proper way to doing it, because a lot of countries, they don't go to this testing. Yes. They don't need the testing of the car. Okay, this is the car, khalas, okay, give me this. There is no such thing as testing. Some countries, they don't even have insurance.
Yeah.
It's just you buy the car, it's ownership, end of story. Just pay your tax every year and you're good to go. It's called tax.
Whatever happened to you, that's you.
That's you and your luck.
Yeah.
It's not part of that. But UAE, the car culture in UAE, it's crazy. But there are some other places as well where the car culture is crazy as well. I cannot give you like, this country has the best car culture or this has the least. Nothing like that. I can give you an example. Dubai, it has amazing car culture. So does Kerala. In India, there is a place called Kerala. Check how's the car culture there. Up to my expectations, I was like, okay, people might love cars. They are crazy about cars.
Yeah.
They are crazy about modification. They have supercars there, even though the tax is there, I don't know, 236%.
Yes.
But they're like, you know what? I will eat one bread, but I will have a better car.
So there's something I will tell you about my city. So it's in India, it's Bhopal. People are crazy about one type of car, and that is Jeep.
Jeep, Scorpio or with Jeep?
Any kind of Jeep, they will modify. The modification of the Jeeps is crazy over there. And they would get spare parts from states, from England, from different countries. The cars they have is 1952, 1948, 1965. Those are the cars, and they have the crazy club. So they have the whole club. And there, I think some of the biggest mud rallies are there in Bhopal. Some of the biggest one. It's a hill station kind of a city. The people, especially from the old city where I am from, two things. In bikes, it's Royal Enfield. That's modification. That too, like old, they will get and they will modify that. And the Jeep. And I love that. I love that side of my city where I am from, where people actually spend, you will not believe, even if they have a small house, but their car is the size of their house, the Jeep, and the way it's been modified, the guy is like, he is not eating the food which is very good for him, but he is putting the best of the best, looking after that Jeep more than his life. And that's the connection is there in my city, which I really appreciate and I admire. And that's like one of the best in the world.
100%. I'm with you with that. The thing is, a lot of countries where they have high taxes, I love one thing about the people who live there is that they have a much better connection with their cars as compared to people who have lower taxes in other countries. Like in Dubai, people have connections with cars, yes. But you don't see a guy talking so much passionately about his car. He's not proud that this guy owns his car. Like, show me a guy who owns a Nissan Sunny and is proud of the fact that I own a Nissan Sunny. He's like, yeah, it's a good car, but yeah. Same guy in India, if he owns a Nissan Sunny, he will be like, I have the best car. I love my car. I love my car more than my wife. I will give my wife a divorce, but I will never leave my car. How come? Simply because they cannot afford to have different cars. Here in UAE, you can afford to have different cars. It's very easy. You can register a car within 30 minutes. Pass it, insure it, and register it, 30 minutes. You can cancel the car again, 30 minutes. It's very easy to buy and sell a car. Very easy to do. There, since the taxes are so high, not everyone can afford these cars. Like here, if you can afford a Land Cruiser, there you can afford maybe a Duster. So for you to have a Land Cruiser there, you will work all your life to gather the money.
And then you get it.
And you are like, you know what? I can never leave this car because you worked hard for it. Here, your company will give you a Duster. You're like, you know what? Take a Duster.
I'll tell you the story. I came to Dubai in 2015. I had Ultima. In 2016, I bought, and that was secondhand. It was around 10,000-12,000 dirhams. Very old car. After some time, when I bought it after 1 year or 2 years, I think the AC stops working, the windows were down, then the speakers stopped working and the cost was too high and I did not have money to pay. So I had got like a small speaker, and the speaker, like LG speaker, was there with me. And then I was like just listening the songs on that. And then my father was telling me constantly, you started making money. You need to change your car because that's the city is like, it's crazy. The speed is there. The roads are big and you're driving something like this. You never know when it just blow up.
100%.
And I was just like, man, I need to save some money. I need to save some money. And then I met an accident. Of course, there was some fault from the cars and something happened on the road also.
Did you die?
No, yeah, this is me speaking from the other side.
Okay.
This accident was like not small, but thank God, not a scratch on me. Then I was like, you know what? This is the sign. I went to Dodge. I looked at everything. Of course, I did not have money to buy that. Somehow I managed something like, okay, fine, I can do the down payments and I will buy it. And I bought Dodge. It's been 5-6 years now. And I had many opportunities to buy more cars. But the thing, I just love that car. I'm so much in love. And while I was growing up, Challenger was such a big deal for people to actually own because it's American made. And the car was like really the heroic figures, the movies we have watched, and it was everywhere. It was shown like a tough guys driving
100%.
Dodge. And I just loved that car. And none of the cars could come close to like, okay, fine, it's way better than this. Then I got to know about, okay, fine, I made money. And then I got to know about Jeep. And then I bought the new Jeep, modified the whole car, everything just for the desert so that I can go in off-road and I can enjoy. And I did that for a year. And then since I started building this TYB, I could not get a chance to go back actually. But both the cars I have, and I'm the only person who drives, but both cars, and my drive, if I will be honest with you, is not less than, let's say, 7 to 10 kilometers per day. That too, because my house to gym, that's the only distance I cover. Once I come from there and once I go from here. That's the only thing I do when I drive. But I love my cars. Both the cars are here. They are just waiting for me when I drive. Whenever I get chance to drive, I drive that. But it's so difficult for me. And that's the thing. For me personally, two things. One is watch and the second is car. These two things are equally very important for me. And I compare or I connect with these two machines, piece of machines, as per the time, that what I was doing in those days. As I said, like I told you about the Ultima, that what was my, suddenly like I can recall what was going on. I was struggling, and I was literally, even the 10,000 dirhams, I had to take a loan for that car, and I was paying every month the installments. And I literally paid double because the interest was so much. So what were the days, what kind of food I was eating, where I was living, what I could afford at that time. And mashallah, you look at me, so today where I am, very grateful, alhamdulillah. And so when I bought this Dodge, I was competing, I was preparing for the competition, and I was traveling constantly. And I was very new to Dubai, and I was extremely happy and proud what I was doing. And I was traveling and competing. Those were like my dream were coming true. And at the same time, driving Dodge. So that the feeling of like just, holding that steering, the sunlight, and wearing the glasses, and just driving, listening to music, touching the leather, the seats, and feeling that power. It used to give me a pre-workout when you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the throttle when you give, and then the pre-workout, you feel the energy, you feel that
the adrenaline rush is there.
Testosterone boost. Literally, I mean, we guys, we can understand that how it feels when you get that testosterone boost from the speed and that sound. And that's one thing to be honest, personally, I don't know that what is the difference between the electric cars and the non-electric cars. But one thing which I miss in electric cars, first of all, I have never driven any electric cars.
God bless, brother.
Not sure that how it is, but only one thing which I have issue is there's no sound. I mean, if there is no sound, how will I feel that? If someone like me, I'm scared to drive that because I will just bump into someone. I will feel like it's on neutral. There's no gear. When my car is in neutral, I think that even creates more sound than any electric car.
True.
So not saying anything bad, those for the people who are actually driving any electric cars.
You can, don't worry. See, people who drive electric cars, they're emotionless people.
Really?
I will tell you why.
I think emotionless for the car. They have nothing to do with cars.
Brother, I don't care about what they do in their life. I'm a car guy. I only care about what people drive. There's a difference between what you can afford.
Yeah.
I don't care what you can afford, you cannot afford. That's you and your budget and your lifestyle.
Yes.
Have you ever seen people who drive electric cars?
Yes, I've seen, yeah.
Like, because of the mask, I cannot show you how my expressions are.
They're like what?
But, exactly. Okay, they're like this. Do the expression.
That's it.
Now imagine you driving your Jeep. See that?
I cannot.
That's not there.
I cannot drive my Dodge. There must be something wrong, absolutely. If I must have done it, but maybe either I'm very upset or I'm very sad or something, but I don't think I'm ever sad in my car.
Brother, I saw a guy.
It's not a place to be sad. I enjoy it.
Simple. I saw a guy driving in his Mark IV Supra. His great-grandfather died. I don't know if it was his father or his grandfather or great-grandfather. He died, and he was happy. Show me the happy face. He was like this. I was like, bro, what's up? What's good? He's like, yeah, nothing, bro. Just my grandfather died. I'm like, really? He's like, I'm like, no, you're kidding. He's like, no, I swear. But the car made him happy.
Yeah, exactly. But today's time, people don't understand. First of all, people don't understand emotions, what emotions and how emotions work, right? Whatever happened, if it's in the past and you are crying about that, it's not going to change anything. You be happy will change what you're doing right now. You will do that properly, and that will create a better future for you. But if you're crying about your past, first of all, you are showing your weakness, that yes, you are weak, and see how much it affected you. Second, that particular time when you're crying about it, you're not finding the solution of the problem. So for me, it's very important, either you're crying or you're finding the solution. If you're finding the solution, you're the man, because you are the one who is going to solve the problem in the future. And the outcome, the result will be better.
100%, brother. I'm with you 100%. My biggest concern is that men are not manly these days. Men are not manly. I will give you an example. Go to any gym.
Yeah.
In the 80s or 70s or the 90s. Or no need to go to the gyms, brother. Every single person in their home, they had these dumbbells.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Maybe you in your young days as well, you did not afford gym or you did not go to gym. You had a gym.
I created my own equipments with the cement.
There you go.
Like the ghee, desi ghee.
Yes.
The box of the ghee. Oil, exactly.
You put cement, you put a rod.
And I created like 5 kg, 10 kg dumbbells. And I created the whole bar, the whole set.
How many people do you see doing that these days? How many people?
Forget that. People are not even showing up in the gym.
Exactly.
where they even pay.
Men are becoming less manlier than they have become the last 100 of years. And that is the biggest concern. That goes with how they treat their women. I will give an example. How men have not become manlier. They drive shit cars. They don't care about the car, EVs or whatsoever. So, no, I'm trying to save the planet. If you want to save the planet, kill yourself.
You will save the planet better, I think.
You will
Yeah?
save the... What? How you are saving the planet?
I think saving the planet, this is what many people don't understand, especially men in today's time, that if they are overweight, they care about what other person is doing, but they don't care about that they are actually carrying 40% extra body fat.
Simple as that.
They don't
That's my
realize-
fat. You are eating my food.
And they don't even realize, this is one concern which I have, that I think there should be a criteria when you go on a plane. There should be a criteria that if you have certain height, if you have certain weight, okay, fine. If you are extra weight, then you need to pay for your body weight also. Because it's the same thing, right? If I am the one who is fit and if I have 2 kgs extra, I have to pay for that, right?
True.
If someone who is 40 kgs extra, carrying the body weight and sitting in the business class but not paying for the weight, what they are carrying, or even in economy class, but they're just not paying for that. So I believe like I have paid for the same ticket, and the person who have never trained, sitting in front of the television, eating whatever they want, cheating all the time on their food, and they're just not committed, not disciplined people in their day-to-day life. And when it comes to these things, they just want the same. How it works, I don't understand.
Because as you said, they're not disciplined. They're not committed.
Yeah.
This is the biggest problem in this generation right now. They're not disciplined and they're not committed. I have seen manlier women these days than manlier men.
Men, true, 100%, because they have to take the responsibility. It has gone haywire, the whole thing.
Like one of your guy, when I shook hands with him, the guy looks like this.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like this.
And
when he shook his hand with me, it was like soft. It was like I was just playing with pillows.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, bro, you have very soft hands for a guy this bulky.
Yeah.
I was expecting this guy will break my hand.
There was a time that when you actually shake hands, it was a
Firm grip.
yeah. When you shake hands, it needs to be that you touch someone's souls, and that's the reason why you are not allowed to shake hands with everyone.
100%.
And that's the reason why men needs to shake hands, so that they know that how they are. You understand the ideology just by shaking hands. I always tell my clients, like, if you're coming to gym and if you're going to shake hands with me, do never shake hands with soft hands, because I need to have the right attitude. You set your tone that how you're going to train by shaking hands with me. So I need a stronger tone. I don't need like, it hurts, I cannot train. Not something like that, right? And your hand needs to show me how strong you're feeling today.
You go and shake hands with any army men who are old. I'm talking about the old ones.
Yes, 100%.
Brother, they're like stone. You will not feel like you're shaking a hand with a man. You will
Yes.
feel like you're just holding a stone.
Yes.
And go and shake hands with any of the armies these days. Still, you will not get the same feeling what the old people will give you.
Yeah.
They were disciplined. They had commitment. They still have the cars from 70 years old, 60 years old. They have the first car. They still have it. They clean it. But guys these days, they don't.
With your palm, there is a way that you can actually, so that's why the handshake is very important, because this is the sign of high testosterone level. If your hand is like softer, when the way you shake hands, especially this part, that can show, that it can prove that your testosterone level is lower. Because you need to understand, it comes with the rage, with the firmness, with the toughness in you, and that you are ready to break anything, but you have full control over yourself, full control over your powers, and full control over your strength. That's why, as Jordan B. Peterson said, like it's important to be a strong man. You need to raise strong boys who become strong men in the future, but teach them how to control their strength.
I mean, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than be a gardener in the war.
Exactly.
In the
You cannot
battlefield.
fight. Exactly.
I'm a warrior, okay, no problem, I'm watering the plants. But in case of a war, I can go to the battlefield. With my Dodge Challenger, I will go and ram 10,000 people. But if I don't know how to drive the car, then what will I do?
Definitely.
I will just walk and someone else will walk past me and destroy me. Brother, that's the thing.
Yeah.
People should, especially men. I don't care about women. I care about men. Care about men simply because women are becoming women. Men, God knows what they're becoming.
I respect women. They are more disciplined. They are more responsibility in their life. They have taken more than men. And the men, if you see, let's say if you ask someone who is in 20s, so what's your future plan? I will see what is the future. I mean, you're in 20s and you don't have a future plan. So are you working? Are you working somewhere? Yeah, I work in my dad's office sometimes, and sometimes I don't know what I do. Playing video games, spending times, and which is just making you weaker and weaker in the kind of food they're consuming, which is, as I said, like it's in the end, it's all comes down to your testosterone level. Like that's your test level is just going down and down. If you Google it and if you read it, that what happens if you have your testosterone low. So kind of like the moods, like how your mood is, like how you respond to situation, how firm you are, and how responsible you are. All that actually people don't realize. People think like this testosterone is a sex hormone. It is, but it covers everything. Your depression, your anxiety level, your depression and anxiety is actually based on your testosterone level. So if you have all those things, you're a stronger, more responsible man for your family, for your wife, for your daughter, for your kids, for your own parents. I believe that there's a difference between just taking responsibility and spoiling your life. There are
100%.
people who have taken responsibility and they die in that. No, you have to live your life. Don't just put yourself under those responsibilities and say like, oh, I have so much responsibility, that's why I don't have time to train. I have so much responsibilities, I don't enjoy driving my car. I have so much responsibilities, even though I make a lot of money, but I cannot buy a car. I mean, in responsibilities, don't lose yourself. Always remember who you are and what you stand for, and you have to live in this body for the next 70, 80, 90, inshallah, 100 years. And if you have no agenda in life, you're just doing everything for others, but there is no agenda for you. When people say like, I have so much responsibilities, you don't realize, and I don't live for me, I live for others, that's the biggest lie.
100%.
You live for nothing.
Bullshit.
You're a liar, you're a weak man, you have just lost it, and there is no purpose in your life. If you have a purpose, then how can you live for others? Then you have to live for your purpose, and that's who you are in the end.
There was a young kid, 19 years old. He came to me, he's like, I want to work with you and I want to learn about cars and this and that. But the problem was the way he approached me, he's like, hello, sir, I want to work with you. I'm like, hey. I'm like, hey.
Talk properly first. Yeah.
I swear, I'm not kidding. I'm like, hey, what you're saying? Brother, I'm not kidding. You know what he said? Yes, sir. He changed his posture. He's like,
The body language.
yes, sir, I want to work with you. I'm like, then talk like this. 2 weeks he worked with me. I made a boy into a man. He had a deeper voice than me. He developed a deeper voice than me.
Yeah.
He used to shake hands, brother, like he would break your hand. He would go all the way like, he will slam your hand.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest problem with men not being men these days is the society. Because they're accepting. No, we accept you as you are. You can be man, woman, horse, donkey, flower. You are a man. End of story.
I just turned 34, right? I have lived many different lives in one life, actually, because initially I was in the madrasa from the age of 4 till 13. I cried every day because I wanted to run away from that, in 20 different places I have been. And after that, there was a lot of struggle time. And then my 20s were there, like I was still finding out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to, but I was always doing fitness since it's been like 20 years now. This was my bread and butter constantly, like I'm making money out of this and transforming people, transforming lives, but still not very sure that what I'm going to do in my life. The time came in my, I think in 20s when people were like, oh yeah, you should express yourself. If you want to cry, cry. And I started crying and I started doing everything. And I just found myself getting weaker and weaker. And then there was a time when I reached my, I think, 27, 28. And that was the time I said, like, you know what? First of all, stop listening to people. Just completely stop listening to people. Just feel what will happen if I will cry. What will happen if I will not stand for myself? What will happen if I will not stand for my family? What will happen if I will not take the responsibility? What will happen if I will not stay consistent? What will happen if I will not build stronger and healthy habits? What will happen if I will not overcome my weaknesses? I will not be a man. So the answer was, I will just not be a man. Then if no one is there to solve my problem, then I have to reverse all the questions what I was asking. I just reverse all the questions. And then I said, like, I will do all of it. All of this I will do. Since that time, and even in my childhood also, I did everything what was not easy for others. So for an example, I used to wake up at 4:30 and I used to open the gym when I was a caretaker in my childhood and my teenage at 5 a.m. and I used to clean the gym and all that in those days. So I used to work out at 3 a.m. So I said like, okay, so if everyone comes at 5:30, I will finish my workout before that. I would go to gym at 3, train myself for 90 minutes, 1 hour, finish my workout, and then I'm ready for everyone else. So then I started running, doing my cardio in the evening. I said like, okay, 7 p.m. I said like, but there are many people. If everyone is doing what I am going to do, then I will get the same results what these people are doing. Then I used to see their age and I used to just compare my age. Okay, fine, if I am 14, 15, 16 years old right now, and if this man who is walking, he's in his 40s, if he's doing here this, and if he's driving this car, if this is the house he lives in, and this is the money he made, I don't want that. So what should I do? Just don't do anything what he is doing at this time. I changed the time. I started doing it 11 p.m., 12 p.m.
Legend.
In the night. The same thing. I realized like, okay, fine. I started a milk selling business, right? At the age of 13. So I sold it for 13, 14, 15. My business is doing well. Then I saw the other milkman. There was one milkman who used to come to our house. He was my friend who was giving milk to our house since very long. So I asked him like, how old are you? That day he told me like he's 40. I was like, what? Are you 40? Since when you're selling milk? He's like, from your age. I was like, okay. So how many places do you supply? It's like this much. I supply like 60, 70 liters per day. I'm like, okay. And how many kids you have? He's like, I have 5 daughters. I was like, 5 daughters? One is getting married. I said like, one is getting married now. You're 40, you have 5 daughters. One is getting married. I mean, when did you get married? Like when I was 21. Like, your daughter is 19 years old. He's like, yeah, my daughter is 19 years old. And I was like, so this is my life. This is what I'm going to do after 20 years, after 25 years of my life. I was like, no. I decided to move to Bombay after that. I was like, I cannot live like this. This is not the life I have imagined for me. I have not visualized something like this. I moved to Bombay, left everything. Everything was set. My business was set. Everything was good. And in teenage, I was making a lot of money for a teenager while being in that area, in that place, especially I did not have the solid education. If your parents have not invested money in you, it means anything you make is a plus. So I was making decent because there was no investment on me. So I moved to Bombay. I said like, it's my money. I will let go of it. I will let go of my business. None of it matters. I want to grow. I just want to grow. I want to progress in my life. And that's how everything started. Until now, I am just following the same footsteps.
That's amazing, brother. That is amazing. That thing right there, what you had, where you don't look up to people. Yeah. I'm the same way. I will give an example. A lot of people, they ask for other people's opinion. And I said, this is the biggest mistake anyone can do in their life. I will give an example of buying a car. A lot of people, when they come to buy a car, they will rather go with 3 or 4 of their friends, and they can never buy a car. And I will tell you why. No one will let you buy that specific car which you like, because you will say, no, the bumper is like that. No, this car has low fuel consumption. No, this car consumes very high fuel. No, the maintenance is high. I love this car.
Yeah.
Let's suppose you own a Dodge Challenger. You love the car. And I'm a guy who have a Nissan Sunny, and I want to upgrade my car. You will say Dodge Challenger, it's the best car, amazing, or Charger, it's the best car, amazing car, and wow, I don't like it. But just because you had a pleasant experience, I will buy the car. Yeah. So I'm right now driving your favorite car. It's not my favorite, it's your favorite. So why should I listen to you? I'm a man by myself. I will buy a car what I like. Buy the car you like, modify it, sell it, scrap it. Experiment with it. Yeah. Just like you experiment with your body, just like you experiment with your life, with yourself, experiment with your car, experiment with everything. No need to listen. People say wise people always listen to people. Yes, they listen. They don't act as what they say. They listen, okay, give me your suggestion. What do you suggest? 10 people will give you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Listen to them, don't do it. Do it.
Yeah, exactly. Have
Prove
your own
them
experience.
wrong. Have your own experience. You break, you make. It's not like, okay, he did it, he did not succeed, so I should not do it. He did it in a wrong way.
Yeah.
He did it in a wrong way. I will not do it. I will do it in another way. I will create my own way. Maybe my ability is much better than that 70 years old guy.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, for him to make a baby, he will laugh. He will be like, yeah, no, I cannot. But I'm young. If I listen to him that, no, he cannot make a baby, just because he cannot make a baby, I cannot make a baby? Of course not. I will make 10 babies in one night, brother.
Exactly.
It's because I'm capable of it. He's not capable of it. So I would say, just like you said, stop listening to people. Yeah. Stop listening to advice. Be a man, just do your thing in your own way. Experiment, experience, do different stuff. Have a different feel, have a different passion to your life. Okay, you should feel like, okay, you know what, it's my life. I'm gonna do the way I please.
Yeah.
I will do it. I will not do some wrong stuff, some shady stuff, but I will do some crazy stuff. Yeah.
My ideology is like, just whatever you do, it should not hurt other people. It should not destroy things or the environment. Apart from that, do whatever the hell you want, man. You know, what I eat, what I drink, what I do with my body, that is up to me. And if this is where it comes down to the nature, if it is aligned with nature, I'm doing perfectly fine. I'm doing absolutely right. And it is on the same line with nature. If it is against that, then I'm not going to do it, because it's going to hurt other people. It's going to hurt the nature, because I'm a part of that. I'm a part of the universe. I'm a part of the same, where we all live in, and there are not just human. There are many other species who are living at the same time. But there is a cycle of life. It's not like if I cannot eat meat or I cannot eat non-veg. No, I eat everything. It's a cycle of life. That's how things work over here. That's how the energy works, and all the energy, whatever exists in this world, is just growing and building, and things are happening. And that's a different science. But it's like, live your life freely does not mean that you should not be disciplined. I believe 100%. You have to be disciplined in order to live a free life. If you're not living a disciplined life, you are a slave. And if you see all the slaves who are just like working 9 to 5, watching TV, eating, having a plans for every weekend, having a plans once a year, traveling. No, ask me. I can travel whenever I want. Ask me anytime I can take off. Ask me. I can work 48, 72 hours non-stop. There is no problem. No one can ask the question. No one can say anything. Because I am very disciplined. I am so disciplined. I never skip my workout. I never stop eating the same food. I never get bored of the same food. I work and I help people to grow, not just growing like physically, but your mind is growing. You're growing mentally. On this note, I would like to actually ask you, you must have had such experiences as well while reviewing cars. There was a time when there was like magazines and then the channels, YouTube channels and all that came. Then you came as like on Instagram. You must have faced issues with people that, oh, don't say this, or don't write that, or don't express, or don't review something like that. How did you face that?
See, I faced, I don't call them challenges, I don't call them issues. A lot of people, they would say that these are issues or challenges for them. I don't, because I'm a guy who does not listen to people. I don't care about what other people say. But yes, there is one conflict which I found, and it actually, I'm not happy with that conflict, is that there are a lot of car reviewers, and apparently there are groups. So there are groups on WhatsApp where some car video editors who have a couple of cars to review, and they just edit the videos and talk about the cars. That's all. This is the basic stuff, horsepower, or this, that, blah, 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 blah. Apparently, they talk shit behind you, and they expect that you will not get the idea that you will eventually find out. And I actually do find out every time they talk shit. And I just feel like next car event, if I see these guys, I'm going to be like, hey, yo, don't. I know what you're talking about. Don't. If you have the balls, talk to me in front of me.
Yeah.
Even though I don't care about my views, that's the main thing which I don't. I don't care about my views, or I don't care about how many followers I have. For me, I don't think a person with 1 million followers hold more importance than a person who have 1,000 followers. Maybe 1 million followers are all just, people who are curious about their content and just following you because you have beautiful eyes. But this 1,000 people, they're actually authentic followers.
Yeah.
But one thing I will tell you about my follower is that every single follower which I have, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them is in a sense where they have some engagement. You go and check the comment section, they're fighting with each other. They would like kill each other for the sense, because if there is one smallest mistake, there is 10 people to defend me, 10 more people to go against me, and then 10 more people to be in the neutral and be like, hey, don't fight, and they're fighting. And this is what I want. This is what I need. Men to become manly, and men to have that power of, choosing what's there and what's not there. Coming back to the question, I don't feel like there was a challenge because I never found someone as challenging as my own self. The biggest challenge for myself was me. I'm the biggest challenge for my own self, because I'm a guy who is thinking, what can I do more? You should experiment with the lifestyle. You should experiment with cars. Not all of the videos. Go to any car influencer and check their videos. Every single video looks like the same video.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to our channel. No offense to you, brother.
No.
But hi, welcome to our channel. Today we have this Dodge Charger SXT 3.6 liter engine V6, which goes from 0 to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Hey, this many horsepower, this many torque.
It's the same. Yeah.
Go to my videos. One day I'm on top of the Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
Yeah.
One day I'm underneath the car. One day I come off. It's different. It's different. It's different because I never have a script in my mind. I never have. All the companies I've worked with, they know one thing for sure. Even though some of the companies I've canceled working with them, because they tell you to follow the script.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy who will be like, okay, I should read this script and do it. No.
Correct.
It's my way. I will do it in my own way.
Yeah.
These two are the challenges which I call them like small, teeny, beeny challenges because I don't even care about them, about if I'm getting work from the companies or not. Because for me, the main thing is that the knowledge should be there.
Yes.
People should get the knowledge through my channel.
Yes.
They should get some information. They should skip driving all these ugly, stupid-looking cars and go for crazy-looking cars.
Yeah.
It's not always about buying an expensive car. It's about having that connection.
Even the simple car can be a good car.
Go to Baku. I just recently came from Baku. Go to Baku. People are driving shitbox Lada. Lada car. It's a Russian car. USSR car. They're driving and they're happy. They're having their cigar outside. The windows are down and they're happy. Go and see it, the people anywhere in the world with their luxurious car, Mercedes. They are driving a Mercedes and their face, brother, you look at their face, you'll be like, this guy, his mother died.
Yeah. Tired,
empty, no feel to it. The biggest problem is that they're not driving their cars themselves.
Yes.
80% of the people who are tired, and no, we are businessmen, we are exclusive, we have to do multitasking, we have to do. Shut up, drive your car. Drive your car. Like, I will give you an example, brother.
Yeah.
It's the same way, like you have a wife, you want to produce babies.
Yeah.
But you are like, you know what, I'm busy, so I will get someone else to produce babies for me. Does not make sense.
Yeah.
Drive your own car. Have the connection to your own car.
Yeah.
Drive your own car, ride your own car, go for long routes, go for short routes, take it to desert.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Exactly.
Go to honeymoon with your car, brother. Get it, drive.
But it was like that. Cars, when people loved their cars, they were everywhere. If anywhere they can take this road to, they will go buy a car. They will not take the flight.
100%.
Wherever it is, even if it's a 2 days drive, 3 days drive, 5 days drive, they would go, they will stop in the night, they will sleep in motels and they will just drive the car because that's what they enjoy.
Filipino couple, they came to me and they were like, we want to buy a car. What do you suggest? There was this Ford Taurus, 2014 model. I said, go for this car. They're like, no, I'm like, no, this car is very tough. It's good. You can go to hills. You can go. They're like, no, sir, we never go to the hills, sir. And stuff like that. I'm like, no, brother, you will. Believe me, you will. The guy did not even look at the car. He's like, do you suggest it? I'm like, yes, he bought the car. He bought the car. I saved his number on my WhatsApp. You have no idea. You have no idea, brother. Every 3 days, this guy's in Ras Al Khaimah, Mgewain,
Wow.
going on mountains. He even took the car into the desert. I'm like, bro, what? He's like, no, I'm enjoying, sir. I'm enjoying, sir. I'm enjoying. He's enjoying.
Yeah.
His wife is happy. He is happy. Their life is happy.
Yes.
Turns out this guy was having some problem in the relationship, but just because of the car, his relationship got sorted out because they experimented. They made love, God knows in which woods of which place. And they're happy now. They're like, you know what? This is life.
Yeah.
And I told him, and the last time he came to me, he's like, look at the car, how much modification I did. Even though I did not like the modifications, but I loved the face of the guy while he was explaining to me that he himself sprayed the wheels of the car.
Amazing.
He was like, sir, what do you think about it? I'm like, yeah, it's nice, it's good. Did you do it? He's like, yes, I did it. You know what? I spent 3 hours doing it. And he was happy. He was happy. The same connection I need to see on every single man. The same way you want to see every single person in a good shape.
Good shape, yeah.
In a good, healthy condition. When you look at that person, you're like, okay, this guy's healthy.
By just seeing the body, I can see their habits and their lifestyle. And I know it's not toxic. They're just sleeping on time. They're waking up on time. They're not like into alcohol. They're not into parties. I know that this is a responsible man. This man I can trust. I need him to take me from A to B. He can. I can rely on him. Something like, and that's what we need. We need men who you can trust. They need to show by their appearance. And of course, as you say in your language, the car they drive. Right? Imagine if you sit in the car, which is like, first of all, it's dirty. The glass is not clean. The windows are not clean. Second, as you sit, and then as you start driving, I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you say like, bro, just stop here. I will take the cab. I don't want to go. Because the reason, there is no trust. You cannot trust someone like that.
The car will stop in the middle of the road. This is 40 degrees. I will be like a roasted chicken, brother. What I will do?
But you cannot blame the car in that. You have to blame the guy.
100%.
He did not treat the car well. That's why I cannot trust that guy particularly. Now, I asked you top 5 cars, right? You said like, okay, there are many, but one car you have to tell me, which is your favorite car?
SLS, Mercedes AMG SLS Gullwing.
Okay,
That's number one.
I feel like it is one of the most beautiful cars, and especially the engine is like so long in that. And really, you love that car so much. Wow.
It's a car which makes you go and say like, brother, even though there is no turbo, but trust me, brother. It's a car which you look at me like, you're like, wow, I want to ride you. Yeah. I want to get in you. I want to make babies in you. You know, it's different, brother. There's a different connection. A
Yeah.
car guy can talk anything sexual and make it non-sexual, or anything non-sexual, make it into sexual when it comes to cars. Like, car guy would give more love to his car than his wife.
Yeah.
It's a fact, brother. That's how a car enthusiast is.
I think it's quite admirable, you know, the love and the passion and the how do you feel about that. And I think especially about that particular car. Wow, that's amazing. Since you have reviewed so many cars, right? Tell me any one review that you actually remember so well, and that's your favorite review about that particular car. That's memorable.
See, I'm a guy who is very bad with memory. Like, I don't even remember what was the last thing which I ate for breakfast today. I have a very bad memory.
Yeah.
But I think one of the cars which I remember most was maybe the Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
Okay.
The thing about it was a new 2023 model Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and it was like, what do we review? Because I never have a plan in my mind. Like, all the time, if a company says, okay, what do you will say? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no clue. So I just went. My camera guy was there. I was like, start shooting. All of a sudden, I just jumped. I jumped and went on top of the car. And just started like, okay, this is the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. And I jumped back down. And I went out. Like, there is this trunk. The trunk was open. You were talking about the trunk. And the camera guy, the thing about my camera guy is they have no idea what is going to happen next. No clue. And don't tell them, okay, now you shoot from here, or you go and put the camera there, or just nothing. Just follow me. I went and I jumped from the back of the car and I went to the third row. And I went there. Like, there was some crazy things happening on with the cars. A lot of crazy things I've done in my life, but they were not on camera, simply because, of course, you know, legal reasons. Yeah. But yeah, that was one of them, you can say, which is on the video.
One question. Why you always wear a mask?
Very good question. I get this question a lot. It has majorly to do with two things. Number one, I don't want people to like me because of the way I look, but how good the content is. That's number one. Number two, privacy. These days, privacy is the biggest issue you can find worldwide. You are sitting with your woman in a restaurant. So I have, 1.5 million followers overall. But my reach on a monthly basis is 120 million people.
Amazing.
It's every month. So just do the math. 120 million people in 1 year. I've been doing content for like 2 years, 3 years. How many people actually know the guy behind the mask? Like, how many people actually know that there is a guy who wears a mask and talks about cars? They know. Imagine, out of 120 million people, 60 million people actually will remember. If I remove the mask, and they will actually remember. Out of 60 million people, brother, it's like 6 times the population of UAE.
Exactly.
I mean, talking about half of the population, if they even remember. Let's talk about the quarter. Let's talk about 3 million people. I'm sitting in Dubai Mall with my family or with a friend, trying to have this burger. All of a sudden, 3 guys walk in. Sir, can we have one photo? And I have taken a bite and I want to just swallow it down.
Yeah.
What do you want with the photo? I need privacy. I had a friend who came from America. He's actually a pop star. He's into music and stuff like that. And I met him. I was like, bro, what's up? Let's go meet up. So I took him from his hotel. He's like, where are we going? We were going to the Burger Kings. He's like, why? Let's go to a 5-star place. I'm like, oh, you are now a pop star. You are there, not here. We will go to Burger Kings. We will have one burger. Bye. Good night. Mm. So he said, okay, bro, no, up to you. We went there and all of a sudden we ordered the food and we were sitting, we were talking, and he just took a bite. I still remember he took a bite of the burger and 2 guys walk in. They're like, sir, can we have a photo with that guy?
Yeah.
So I told them, bro, let us eat. Please respect the privacy. So they went. I dropped the guy back to his hotel. 15 minutes later, he sent me a screenshot. One of these guys, they went on Instagram, wrote this much big of a post. Celebrities are stupid shit. We are the one who make them top, and then they shit on top of us. I went to this guy, requested him, can I take a photo? And he's like, screw you. I don't want to take a photo with you, blah, 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 blah. And then went. He took a screenshot, sent it to me. He's like, this is the reason why I told you, let's go to 5-star, because of the privacy.
Yes.
And I see in your gym, you have a different segment.
Yes.
You have 2 different segments. You have one for the woman as well.
Yeah.
If they don't feel comfortable in the you have another segment, and then another segment is only for the VIP. Yeah. And that's what people don't understand. There needs to be privacy.
Yeah.
There is a difference between on-camera and off-camera life. My off-camera life is for my family, it's for my friends. I want to sit, I want to scream. I'm a guy who likes to fight. I would scream at you if we are sitting together like friends. I will scream at you for no reason.
Yeah, I understand.
And I don't want to be like, okay, always whenever I'm outside and there is a camera on top of me.
Behave.
Yes.
But behave for what? Behave for people. Why? It's my life.
I'm not a fake guy. Exactly. I'm not a fake guy. I don't care about that person. I don't care. I'm a guy. I care about myself. End of story. What should I do? How should I eat? Use fork and knife. The privacy is one thing which I realize that it is very important, especially when you become. I don't call myself a celebrity. I just call myself any other XYZ car enthusiast on the social media where people love my channel. That's it. I'm not a celebrity. I don't feel like a celebrity. That's the reason why I wear the mask, because I don't want to have that celebrity feeling. Wow. Some people, they come to me, they were like, if they know me, like if I'm sitting somewhere and they hear the voice and they get like, oh, you're a car expert. I'm like, yes. Oh my God, I love you. Okay, brother, what am I supposed to say? Like, you love me, okay, I love you too. Take care, drive a good car. Can we have one photo? Bro, I'm not wearing the mask, or, you know. Yeah, okay. So just do like this and just, okay, so I'm like, okay, take a photo. They worship you, brother. Yeah. Why do you worship a man like me? Who am I? Why do you worship me? Yeah. You can become a much better man than me. You can become a manlier man than me.
100%.
Be yourself, brother. And one thing I've realized, that celebrities, they hate one thing, which I've realized, is that a lot of fans, they get, way too happy when they see someone they're following or they see someone they love, and they go and they are like, I love your channel, I love everything, I'm your biggest follower, I love. People don't like that. Yeah. Celebrities, they don't like that.
Yeah.
I would rather be happy that you'd come, you're like, hi, how are you doing? You are the guy, you're the car expert. Yes, I am. Amazing channel, brother. God bless.
Good job.
Good job. Love the content. Instead coming to me, I love your channel, brother, I'm your biggest fan. Okay, brother. I'm not a celebrity. Calm down.
Exactly.
I'm not a celebrity.
I feel a man should always be known by his work, and that was my goal when I was young. I wanted to be known for my work. Where I am from is basically people are known for their family names, what is their surname, what is their, how big of a landlord his father is, and how much money his father has. Those were the people who were influential, and of course I was not someone like that, and that's why I wanted to I should not be known even just because my face will still change. If I am in teenage, my 20s, my 30s, I will not look the same anymore, and even my body will change. If you see on my Instagram, there is like different pictures with different kind of bodies. I think yesterday I posted one picture with my abs, which is like 7 or 8 different pictures from different times, and I look different in every picture. People cannot recognize me, but when it comes to transformation and my kind of transformation, the way I do to people will always know it's Yasir's work. Because for me, transformation is science, it's work. Like only he can transform someone like with that kind of a mindset, and he only can change someone's life to that extreme, like literally the whole different new life. So that's why I strongly believe, I agree with you that I'm also a very private guy. That's why personal life is never out there. Nothing is, in front of people. No one knows what I do, how I live.
Brother.
Exactly.
You go and check on my Instagram. Not a single post is to my life.
Yeah.
You will not, only cars. Even though I'm doing what car I'm driving, people don't know. Yeah. Maybe maximum you will see just, one snap out of nowhere, and you will be like, okay, maybe it's this car or that car, but I've not given people so much information that they follow me wherever I go.
Yeah,
because I want to have my privacy. I want to have the peace of mind.
Yes.
I want to go to McDonald's, order food, and then they screw up something, and I want to scream at the guy, hey, why you make this? Change this.
Not just because of your status that you can't say anything to anyone. What people will not like it. With celebrities, that is the problem. Even if you shout at someone for a right reason, maybe that person is beating his wife or his kid or his, breaking things, but you cannot say anything because the time you say something, suddenly you will become the villain.
Exactly.
In front of people's eyes, you are the villain and not this person, because no one cares. People also want that footage, which they will not get from this particular person, but they will get out of you. So they want to put you wrong. That's why when some things happen to me in my business, in my workplace, and even if it was they are the ones who were wrong, even if they are the one who stole things from me, who stole money, who stole like whatever they could. But on social media, they can come and attack, but I cannot reply, because the time I give reply, I will give them the footage. So that's what happened when you become popular. This is what is there. Even for an example, even if you say something wrong about, let's say, a car or a store, that store will still be benefited by this.
True.
And
100%.
where you want to express, man, this is wrong. This is something absolutely wrong, and I don't support this. Now, but you don't support 10,000 other stores. You don't support 10,000 other cars, but you just don't support one. And that particular place or that particular car will become at least better than those 10,000. Because it's like two teams are playing. One is losing, one is winning. Okay, winner is the winner, but the loser is still better than the ones who are not playing.
True. 100%.
So you see, so you become like valuable to even the negative. You become the valuable, your reply. That's why I stay very quiet. I don't reply to anyone. Especially when it comes to negative, I don't reply. I don't say anything. You did this, you did that. We worked for you. We did this. We were your clients. I said, like, first of all, there is nothing is there that I have not taken anyone's money. There is no financial issues. There is nothing is like, plus minus I did. I'm very clean. I have always paid everyone on time. And in my entire career, there is nothing that you say that I have done wrong when it comes to law and order. I have always followed law and order. Some people think like, oh, it's so difficult to be in Dubai because the law and order is so strict. I said like, but that's what it's supposed to be. That's how it should be, because you need to follow. And those are the people who are always criticizing, let's say, the government or the countries, not just this, even their own countries. They want to put the order in their family. And suddenly they realize why no one follows. Because at first place, you just did not care for the others, and you expect that now your family will care about you and what you are trying to create. Because you need to set the tone by following, let's say in the society or in the religion, right? Many people come to me and say like, yeah, so how you have done it, and you are somewhere, you did not have money, selling milk, and how did you reach here? In order to become successful in today's time is very easy.
Very easy.
You know the reason? And the reason is that people are very weak. And that's the reason. That's why you just need to become tough. Don't try and become successful. Become tough. Becoming tough means you are disciplined. You are someone who is very committed, because that's the sign of becoming tough, right? You're not getting bored of anything and everything and every time. Suddenly you don't like the morning, and suddenly you don't like the evening. Suddenly, you don't like this. Come on, just suck it up and do the job. Do what you're supposed to do. Just do that with consistency. Just get it done. And if you can become tough, you will become successful. Success is the outcome of your own behavior.
100%.
Right? It's not like, okay, I have this formula, I write it down and I give it to you, now you will become successful. No, it's a behavior. It's you, how you deal with yourself, what's your understanding and the equation in the society. That's what makes you successful. What is the definition of success? That you are influencer, you had a dream and you followed that, you pursued that and you achieved that, and now you are influencing others by doing that. You are changing others' life and inspiring other people with what you have achieved with yourself, with your efforts. That's what true success is for me. If you're not doing that, if you're just like everyone else, if you're just a crowd, that's easy. Then forget about becoming successful. I used to think when I was a kid, like, if you study hard, if you do this, you will become. Today, all the people, they are coming for interviews and they're meeting me and they have studied so well. And I always realized like, man, this was my dream to actually go and to study at this place, but now I have to help these people.
I posted a video long ago, like 3 years ago, I posted a video where I said, we need a driver. I kept getting calls, brother, day and night, and you have no idea. They all spoke in English, much better English than me. My brother was there and I just put the phone on speaker one day, and one guy, because we were doing some accounts and stuff, and he's like, hi, sir, this is Rajesh Kumar. I'm applying for the job of the driver. Would you? And he has this British accent. And my brother is like, Baba, cut the call. He will work as a driver. He will go to industrial areas. And I was like, yeah, see, this is the problem. Your education, your degree of Oxford University will not get you or not secure you a good job. The problem is wrong with your mindset. Because you are like, okay, if I will study this, I will have this job. Why job?
Yeah.
Why you want to work at a job? Do you know after 10 or 20 years, there will be no jobs?
Yes, exactly.
AI is going crazy, brother. You think you and I will be talking like this? No, you will be in Spain, I will be in Germany. There will be an AI automated blah, blah, blah.
Sitting in front of each other and talking like that.
Talking
Exactly,
like this. There will be, brother, robotics.
Yeah.
No, but robotics is good because it's future, it's nice, and it will create more jobs. How it will create more jobs?
Yes.
No, maintenance. Baba, there is 10,000 robots. 10,000. You will have another robot to maintain them. End of story. I remember when Siri wasn't really introduced, we used to just go and be like, hey Siri, how are you?
I remember that.
See? There you go. There you go, brother. There you go. So we used to, because you were bored, you know, we like to experiment stuff.
Yes.
Same ways, you have no idea. This series is still not as advanced because
Yes.
if you'll abuse at the Siri will be like, okay.
I don't have the answer. Sorry,
don't
I
have the
cannot
answer.
answer. I cannot
Something
reply
like
to
that.
you.
But
the
AI,
yeah, exactly.
it starts generating more and more, and day by
And
day
they will
it's
start
getting smarter.
abusing you, in
Brother,
the
you will
in
abuse, you will
response,
kill
yeah.
you. He's like, come, you come here.
I will stop working. Shut down the phone.
Yeah.
You cannot make the call for 5 hours now because you abused me.
Yes, exactly. The moment AIs will start getting personalities, brother,
Yeah.
that's the day where we are bye-bye. We're doomed.
And I think it will happen.
It will happen, brother.
A few things I would like to ask, especially for the viewers, that those who are experts in cars and if they want to start something, what you have started, what advice would you give?
Number one advice is never listen to people. Your people, your friends, your family members, your uncle, your cousin, your whatever, XYZ, they don't want. See, two kinds of people you will find in your life. Number one, they don't know anything, but they will still give you their advice.
Yeah.
Because you're asking it for. Number two, these are the worst kind. I always say, be aware of these people. They don't want you to drive a better car, have a better wife, have a better life, live in a better home, have a better job than them.
And the time you have better than them, you become the enemy.
Simple as that, brother. So never ask people. That's number one advice. Never ask people. Like something, feel like doing it, go do it.
Yeah.
Experiment it. You will fail, no problem. People have failed. You're not the first person who is failing. Fail, do it again. Fail, do it again. Fail, do it again. 10,000 times you will fail. 1,000 times you hit the jackpot, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So I would say number one thing is not listen to people. Number two, trust your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Feel like it, do it. Simple as that. You are a man, you are a woman, you're a horse, you're a donkey, whatever, I don't care. You have a gut, you have a feeling, go for the gut feeling and
Just do it and learn from it.
Learn
Even
from
if it will go wrong, just learn. Now you have the experience of it, that you
Simple
should
as
not
that.
do it again. But don't waste your time just, I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. After 6 months, I'm thinking about it. There must be a different world you must have created now by thinking for 6 months about that one small. I have seen people like thinking, when are you going to start your transformation journey? I'm thinking I will let you know. I always ask my team, like, when these people, because they have spoke to me and they were like so motivated and I want them to start it so that they can get the results, they need to start. I said like, yes sir, they're thinking of next month. I said like, okay, just ask them, because since they have met me, I expect them to get this much results in the next 20 days. Even if they are thinking, tell them to start, because at least don't waste my time. I want you to become the best version of you and I want to help you. But if you are thinking, I cannot help you in your thinking. How can I help you in your thinking? How can I get in your head, in your brain, and be a best friend of your thinking and change the way you think, or bring your thinking here in TYB and transform you? For that, you have to move your body and you have to just do the work.
act, yes,
Yeah, you
start,
have to
take
act.
that step, go.
Exactly.
The first step is
whatever
the
it is, just
hardest
do
one.
it. Yeah.
Do it.
Exactly. Thank you very much for coming to my podcast. It's an amazing podcast, and I can clearly see that we have discussed so much, and I think this is not the first one. We are going to have many more conversations like this in the future as well.
God bless.
Thank you,
brother.
brother.
Thank
so
you for
much.
having me. It was amazing and hope to see you soon as well.
Inshallah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.